We're going to do an exercise in a moment here called Awaken the Wild Lion exercise, and it's awesome. I'll tell you what, it's my favorite exercise. You know why? Because there's a wild lion inside each and every one of you. Who believes that?
I do.
You do? Awesome. Who else believes that? Yeah? You believe that, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Back row, you believe it? Yeah? Why is there a wild lion inside of you? Because you were created with a wild lion inside of you. You were created in the first place with that wild lion. I remember years ago, 2 years ago, I was going to the zoo. And before I went to the zoo, I talked to my son Josiah. And I said, Josiah, we're going to the zoo. What are we going to see at the zoo? And he'd look up at me and say, the lion. I'm like, what does the lion say? And he'd look up and say, roar! I said, that's it, kid. And then I'd say, what else are we going to see at the zoo? He'd say, the duck. What does the duck say? Quack, quack. What does the goose say? Honk, honk. I was like, all right, man, you're ready to go. So I'd take him to the zoo. And the first thing that we would do is we'd go to the Saskatoon Zoo and we'd walk through the trails and go straight to the observation table to see the lions. And I'm like, come on, lions. And Josiah's like, okay. Those are lions, eh? Cool. And then all of a sudden he'd do one of these, like a 2-year-old would, right? And I'm like, come on, man, these are lions. These are majestic creatures. They're the king of the jungle. These creatures are amazing. Can we go see the geese and the ducks now? I'm like, oh. So I bring him to the geese and the ducks, and he would laugh and play and throw seeds at them, and they'd come chase him, ah! And they'd go, honk, honk, and he'd be like, ah! And I was like, but child, the lions, the geese are free. They fly here every year. So then I'd take him to the zoo again. Same thing. Lions are sleeping. One day, it bothered me so much because I realized that I've been taking my son Josiah to the zoo for 2 whole years. And not once has he ever heard the roar of a lion. He's almost 4. In fact, in a week and a half, he'll be 4 years old. And he still has never heard the roar of a lion. In fact, the only reason why he even knows that the lion says roar is because I told him so. And now I have another son, Nehemiah. Same thing. We're going to go see the lion. What did they say? Roar! Because I told him so. But one thing I recognize is that those 2 lions at the Saskatoon Zoo, they were brought in there as cubs. And I remember seeing them as cubs. And when they were cubs, little lion cubs, they would tear each other's meat apart. They would tackle each other. They'd be fierce. Tackle and play. And they were that wild lion. But somehow, with the cages around, they became almost domesticated. Not free to hunt, not free to be courageous, not free to be bold, not free to go out and conquer, not free to have its own pride. They're in a cage. They're tame lion. So do you feel like the inner wild lion inside of you is awakened and alive, or is it tame? Be honest with yourself. What do you feel? Is it tame? Yeah. Who wants to awaken their wild lion inside? I sure do. Awesome. Stand up with me, please. All right. So I'm going to do a little visualization now with you. I'm going to get you to imagine for yourself, just close your eyes. Imagine for yourself that you're in a beautiful house. This house is gorgeous. This house is so gorgeous that you have this huge picture TV. 60-inch TV. You have all of the beautiful decorations on the wall. You have paintings, you have beautiful couches, you have everything that you need. You even have all of the provisions that you absolutely could want. And more than that, you have so much more than that. You have so much abundance. The song is Pursuit. Kelly. Pursuit. Yeah. You have so much more than that. You have this absolute beautiful, beautiful home. And you have the coffee table. You look outside the windows and you have so much view that you can even see. Your kitchen has marble countertops. You even see the computer room. You have the fastest computers that you could want. You have a satellite dish. You have all of the food that you could ever possibly want. All the desires that you could possibly want. Whenever you have the opportunity to have medical attention, it's there for you. But you look outside the window, and unfortunately outside the window is the land that you couldn't reach. It's the land that you can't reach because that's where the wild lion goes and you're the tame lion. And it looks beautiful and it looks like there's wild grass and it looks like there's sky and all these other things. But you know what? You're here and you're comfortable. You have this beautiful house, you have everything delivered to you, you have everything you need, you have the big screen TV, you have all the entertainment, you have all the provisions, every single thing that you possibly could want is stuck inside of your house, and you don't need to get out there. Why would you need to go out there? I mean, like if you went out there, you'd have to take a major risk. If you went out there, you'd have to seriously contemplate what you're going to do. You're going to have to figure out where that pride is. You're going to have to figure out how to hunt. It's much safer to be inside as a tame lion. In fact, yeah, if you went out there, you'd have to be courageous. But then something comes to you and you start realizing that there is something inside of you, and there was at the beginning that spark of that wild lion, and you remember that. You remember when you were a child. You remember all of that. And that starts coming through you, and you start recognizing for yourself. And the only way that you're going to be able to get unstuck and fully live the passionate, abundant life with your life purpose totally clear and you walking towards what you're designed to do in your life is you are going to have to awaken the wild lion that's within you. So what you do now is you reach in your pocket and you open your hand. And inside of your hand is a key. And this key has always been there. This key is the key that's going to unlock the door that's been holding you inside of that cage. And it's going to let you get out of that door and awaken the wild lion that's within you. And knowing that you're doing something courageous, you put your key into that door. You open that door and you fling that door open. You look and you see the wild grass. You see all of the environment. You see everything out there. And as you see all of this, you recognize that there's abundance out there for you as well. So you take that first step as the wild lion. And as you walk out and you take that first step, you walk out into the wilderness and you walk out and you know that there's something more for you as you walk out. You know that there's something that's whole and complete for you when you walk out. And you start that walk and you turn that into a jog. And as you walk out there and you turn that into a jog, you turn it to a sprint. And you're running through that wild grass. And you're a wild lion that's out there. And as you know that, there's only one thing that you need to do. In order to fully awaken the wild lion that's within you, you're going to have to do what lions do. And you're going to have to let out a roar. So on the count of 3, we're going to all roar together and awaken the wild lion that's within you. You ready? 1, 2, 3, roar! And again, roar! And a third time, roar! And now awaken the wild lion that's within you. And as you go out there, you have courage, you have that boldness. You know that there's going to be a risk, and not everything's going to be certain for you. But there's so much potential for you, and you deserve to live your life purpose because you were created amazing. You were created with abundance in the very first place. You are more than enough today. You were created more than enough when you were born, and there's more than enough coming to you in the future, and you embrace the wild lion that's inside of you, and you know with it, it's the first step for you to be able to get unstuck from anything in your life so that you can live your life purpose with passion and abundance. You can sit down now. Who feels alive? Yeah! Way to go! Who could see themselves as that wild lion running through the grass? Who visualized that? Yes! That's so awesome. Right on. It's so cool. I'm proud of you. What you just did was something that was very courageous. There are so many people that wish that they could untame that lion or get that lion wild. They wish that, but they never take that opportunity. And today you took an amazing opportunity to awaken the wild lion so that you can live your life purpose with passion and abundance. It's awesome. Cool. Way to go, guys. Very cool.